Compatriots, today we are going to look at a very dark cloud trying to envelop us. And that cloud is a re-arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. After the return of the team that they said is Muhammad Buhari, which I doubt very much, the cabal around him had decided that to feed that team they brought from London, they needed our blood, the blood of Biafrans, the blood of you and I. So how can our blood flow? The only way our blood can flow unstoppably is the re-arrest or the attempt to re-arrest Nnamdi Kanu. They don't give a damn. Killing us is a game. Is a leisure. It's fun to them. But killing their own people pinches them a little. Not totally, a little pinches them a little. Because the people who issued death sentence on us, that after October 1st, if any of us are found on their land, will be killed. We should be killed. They use different mediums, the radio, the television, the internet, and through music, that after October 1st, any one of us left on their soil should be killed. The DGSS said those who issued and placed a death sentence on us were quoted out of context. The Minister of Internal Affairs said attempting to arrest them, will cause crisis and further eat up the already heated political climate, will unsettle the political climate. But Nnamdi Kanu, who unarguably is the greatest crowd puller in this part of the world, there's nobody that can rival him. That thing they brought from London, when they brought him, they have to go and pay people, hire people, pay them to 2,000. Niger State government, Nasarawa State government, Plateau State government, Benue State government, Abuja, they paid money to people. The people refused to come out. They paid them money to 2,000, etc., to come out to show their support, to show a form of semblance of support, which is a form of corruption. But Nnamdi Kanu, photo no dey lie. We have no money to hire crowd. Nnamdi Kanu, who everywhere pulls thousands and thousands and thousands of people, is free to arrest. And when they come to arrest Nnamdi Kanu, if we come out to resist them, then good radiance to bad rubbish will be killed. And the world is watching. The world has suddenly lost its voice, its tongue. The world has suddenly lost its vision to see. The world has suddenly lost It's here to hear how Biafrans are being killed. Like the world waited as Rohingyas and Burma are being slaughtered. Biafrans can be killed. Nobody will talk. In the UK, I'd come out to say, it doesn't matter if Biafrans are killed. They will always be in support of Nigeria. So this has emboldened those who are ready to kill our people at will, so that the team they brought from London will have enough blood to replenish himself. Will have enough blood to keep him alive. Like I said in my last talk, that the stone David used in killing Goliath is still there. And in the fullness of time, God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is going to provide the stone for us with which we will kill a trillion David in the mold of Buhari and his cabal and their Gambari overlords, their Gambari ancestors who had come here to oppress us. The surprising side of all this is the role played by our so-called political leaders. I heard Mr. Iwayao saying that nobody had told him that Igbos wanted Biafra. He said, can Iwayao on his own speak for Igbo? I don't know whether he can speak for Igbo people, but certainly Iwayao cannot speak for me, he cannot speak for Biafrans. Biafrans had spoken that what we want, the only guarantee for us, for our salvation, for our freedom, to enjoy the goodness of our life and potential, is to be independent as Biafrans. Is to be independent as Biafrans. And nobody can take that away from us. From time immemorial, our elites, these our political elites, have always shaken out when confronted. In 1956, when Enaworo moved the motion for independence and they rejected the motion for the independence of the Nigerian state, they went home and started killing us. They went home and started killing us. They went to Kano and started riots to kill us. Our political leaders, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Melford Okilo, all of them had to capitulate. Okotiebo, they had to capitulate to accommodate them. The South has to capitulate. Look at the very laughable reason why Lord Lugard and his wife Lady Shaw decided to bring us together. We have no business with these fellows. Lord Lugard, in his diary and file, clearly stated the reason for the amalgamation of we and these people, these things. He said, for some time, just mark the words very well, underline them. For some time, it has been realized that the total isolation of the North from the South cannot continue indefinitely. The North has no access to the sea except through the South. Its revenue, number 2, is insufficient to maintain its administration. 3, that this deficit, 3, listen, this deficit has to be met by annual grant from the South, and 4. The imperial treasury. 4. It is expected that the unification of the South, the North and the South would relieve the imperial treasury of the necessity of making such a yearly contribution. Now, it's just all to save Great Britain of carrying this sick, Boshoko, deficient, deformed, diseased, HIV-infected North, and put her, the burden, transfer the burden on the Jaw people, on the Efik people, on the Igbo people. That was just it. Our revenue must feed them. They come up to tell us that, oh, it was their so. It is revenue from here that they gave subvention to their farmers to grow groundnut till today. It is revenue from here that they subsidize fertilizer for their farmers to grow. If we are not there, they will not have food. So when they talk about they will feed food, and I ask, I live in Benin Republic. Is it the North that is feeding Benin Republic? Is it the North that is feeding Senegal, or Mali, or Niger, or Togo, or Ghana, or Cote d'Ivoire, or Burkina Faso? Where? So if we're alone, what do we need? If we leave them, they will die. That's the truth of the matter. They will die. And they have to die. They have to die. He who plugs the death of other people must die. So, this talk about this thing all along. So, our oil must be written on the pieces of paper and be given to them as oil block. I was reading the 10 richest men in Africa, and I was looking at the 10 richest black people in the world, and I was looking at it. I wanted to see how they made their money. All the others, apart from Dos Santos, all the Nigerians on that list, there is nothing to show how they genuinely made their money. Nothing. Dangote, nothing. Nothing to show. How did Dangote make his money? Go and read it. Nothing. Was it 1, 2, 3? Nothing. How did Alaki that? She was a seamstress. Nothing. How did Adenuga make his money? Nothing. All of us remember that Adenuga was giving PTDF money, $200 and something million by Atiku when he was vice president to set up Globacom. Our money free of charge to set up Globacom. And he set up Globacom. He became a billionaire from PTDF money from Ijaw land, from Ishekiri land, from Orobo land, from Igbo land. He's a big man. He's among the richest black people. Alakija is among the richest black women. Dangote is the richest black person alive. Richest black person alive. Nothing. He invented nothing. He discovered nothing. He did nothing. There is nothing to his name other than that it's a warehouse of stolen money. Dangote is a warehouse of stolen money. EFCC cannot cash in. So our so-called political elites, they come out, let us talk about restructuring. They say no restructuring. Abrogation of land use, they say we are not abrogating it. Everything, sanu, they accept it. When they come with this one, sanu, pingong, they accept it. Papa to me. They just accept it. Look, any attempt to arrest Nnamdi Kanu will be disastrous. The consequences of which will be far-reaching. Somebody says, well, I'm not arrested. Yes, I was. We applied brake, but it's not always. And as I said, in the fullness of time, maybe Nnamdi Kanu time is the fullness of time. God Almighty had given so much grace to these Egyptians, and they have refused, and they have refused, and they have refused to eat. They have hardened their mind, their heart, and this Pharaoh, more so the team they brought from London, who wants blood to keep him alive, said they will kill our people. Maybe this will be the fullness of time. And the stone with which David killed Goliath, Allah will make it available for us to fight our battle and grant us victory.